Okay, this week I'm gonna apologize. We're not playing a space game. Yeah, I know. You're disappointed. I'm a terrible person, but it's Tron, okay? It's Tron. It's like my heart is with Tron. There's no other way to describe it. So anyways, we're using MAME again. If you don't have it and you want to play arcade games, get it. Once you play with it a little bit, it works seamlessly. The hard part is figuring out what controls actually do things in the game. I spent about an hour freaking out about this game, and then I figured out you can actually turn, like rotate where your shots are going in the various games. Because the original controller, and this is kind of a thing, I've been having technical issues all day. Hopefully this one doesn't die. I'm going to just edit this part out. It's not going to exist. Definitely not going to exist. Anyways, so the original game had a joystick like with the 4 directions, trigger button, and then twisting to aim. So unfortunately, I have 4 keys, and then 2 keys for turning, and then a key to fire. And this is just like this whole action right here. It's not happy. And you're going to see that because I'm going to suck at this game. Mostly. Well, last time I almost made it to the 3rd level. So you start off, and there's 4 sections corresponding to 4 mini games. And you don't know what they are, but they're different. There's a light cycle game. So there's a light cycle game, there's a tank game, there's a spider game, and then there's this one. This is, you have to break into the MCP, the Master Control Program, using your light discs. I did not do that! This game makes me upset. I don't know that it's the game, or if it's the controls, or whatever, but it just feels janky to play. It just does not... It's not smooth. It's not like... Doesn't play well. To say the least. So the weird thing is, I kind of have to, like, give this, like, 4 separate ratings, because it is technically 4 separate games. So it is technically 4 separate games. This one gets a 3 out of 5. That's what I've been rating it all day. 3 out of 5. Oh yeah, the tank game. This is fun. This was the one that was like a butt to try to figure out. And it's kind of unfair because they have like these homing missiles that'll just get you and kill you one shot. So this is the last of the 4 games. Somehow Tron has spiders now. Don't ask me how. They weren't actually in the original movie. I have no idea where these things come from. So yeah, anyways, so you beat the 4 mini games and you go to the next level, which gives you... it's scrambled, so they're in different places. I swear. Okay, we're gonna get over this. Cool and calm. Just... I've been playing this for like 5 hours now, and each time I've been having recording issues, so I'm kind of done with this game. Especially because of that! The AI scales up so fast! That's okay. Overall, I'm gonna rank this as a whole. So I like the idea of mini games. I think it's something that you didn't really see much of in the arcade days, the idea of mini games. But the thing is, it doesn't feel super cohesive, and I think a large part of that is that I'm playing with inferior controls. Yes, all you PC Master raise people. I just called keyboard inferior to joystick. Now, the joystick that the cabinet had is actually a really cool joystick. Like, I'm talking like, not just like, ooh, thumbstick. Thumbsticks are crap. Well, that's another topic for another day. They're not always crap. But no, like a full-on joystick. And actually, I've got one. I've been trying to get it to work. Never worked. So maybe if I could like use my mouse to aim, that would be cool. But unfortunately, nope. So I gotta cope with what I got. So, but yeah, you play each of the 4 games. I don't know. The light cycle game can stand on its own. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't! Son! Ugh. The AI does not scale well. And it's unfortunate because AI programming was not a huge thing. There really wasn't much to do. And so it was not a field that was studied. It's unfortunate because games were diminished because of it. You know, because it was not a huge field. Like, really, games were about the only thing pushing AI forward. So in a sense, you know, it definitely suffers because of that. It suffers because of the bad controls in my situation. So, and I kind of have to rate it off of what I have and what it was. Because I can't imagine what it was. So, you know, and it's kind of sad, but like, hey, you know, you get what you get, you go for it. So, oh yeah, it takes 3 hits to kill the tanks. Yay, I made it to the 2nd level. I've never made it to the 3rd level. I probably never will. I swear. Okay, I've been playing this too much. So, overall, cool idea. Probably one of the best intellectual properties of all time. Tron is like, if you haven't seen the movie, like even if you've seen like the 2nd one, like okay, yeah, the 1st one, kind of cheesy, you know, from the 80s. There's some cheese. It's still really cool, especially to think about. Just there's so much like depth you can put into it, and I don't want to talk about it too much. I don't want to spoil the movie. Basically, if you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. Pause the video, find it online. You know you can do that. Okay, we all know about the evils of torrenting. Yes. Hey, I got him. Wow, that's the first. That's a first. Oh shoot! I shouldn't have picked that one. I've never won this. Yeah. Every time. Okay. I'm sorry. I've been playing it too much. Kind of spazzed out right now. So Tron, it's a good game. It suffers from not feeling like a whole. It suffers from it doesn't feel like one game because it's mini games. But even then, you know, like okay, if you've played any of the Wario games, those somehow they manage to feel cohesive. Like, okay, if you play like any party games, like Mario Party, Nintendo, it feels cohesive. Here, they're kind of experimenting for the first time with the concept of mini games. And so, yeah, I want to cut them some slack in that sense. And I want to cut them slack because they've got a really cool IP behind the game. But ultimately, the IP, intellectual property, of the game, the ingenuity of the game does not make a game. Ultimately, what makes a game is the gameplay. That's really what it boils down to. And yeah, so the gameplay is pretty good. It just doesn't... Like, okay, the MCP, like, literally, that's so lame. It's a lame thing. The spiders, still kind of lame. Light cycles, I think, was actually made its own thing. The tanks, it's a copy of Tank. Also, it's really unbalanced. And so there's just something about it just doesn't feel right, if you know what I'm saying. And really, it's something you have to play it for yourself. Go get an emulator, play it for yourself. It's really, everybody should play these old arcade games so they can kind of understand the progression we've made and why things are now the way they are. Because there's good reason for it. There's good reason for it. And it kind of stinks because, like, we have really good games. Games that are balanced. Games that are fair. Games that are cohesive. Games that work. If that makes any sense. Because we've been making games for a while now. And even then, we're still a really young industry. And it's going to be interesting to see the future of games. How much better they're going to get. So, overall, I'm going to give Tron a 6 out of 10, to be honest. Not taking into account, like, I'm super obsessed with the movies and the animated TV show and the new game that's really cool. Because it just doesn't cohese. And it's kind of, the AI does not scale well at all. So yeah, that's my review for Tron. 6 out of 10. Pretty good. Could be better, definitely. So yeah, for anybody that was disappointed with not having a space game this week, suck it up, Buttercup. But Tron is cool. So yeah, I'll stick with the space theme for next week, unless we cover something like ridiculously cool game. So thank you for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble mostly. But I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.